what you done, I barely know ya. I'm shook. Yeah.
New from the Sugar Babes, that's Shook, and this is Chester's Dee Radio. Now, I'm with either a hero or a madhead. I'll let you decide. His name is Jeff Banks, and he's going to do something which scares the bejesus out of me just thinking about it. All to raise money for the Hospice and the Good Shepherd. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, Gavin. I'm probably the madhead.
Yeah, well, we'll all know. We'll all be able to make our decision over the next 5 minutes or so. You're going to be doing a wing walk.
Yes, correct.
Basically means you're going to be stood on the wing of an aeroplane as it's flying.
That's the plan, hopefully.
Right. I mean, the first question's got to be why.
Well, there's a bit of a story to it. So, unfortunately, last year, my wife passed away having had a brain tumour. It was a very quick thing where she was diagnosed with an incurable brain tumour 11 months prior to when she passed away. So, we got a relatively young family. You know, we had a 11 and a 10-year-old lads who obviously now haven't got their mum. So, as a family, we wanted to do something to raise money for the hospice where they looked after her for her last 2 weeks of life, and you know, an amazing place with amazing people. I don't think you actually appreciate it until you've been through it, you know, and come out the other side knowing how helpful they actually are. You know, so we have a bit of a drive to raise money for them. Michelle sort of went through obviously a really tough time with the rest of the family in 2024. So it was over Christmas the year before when it actually happened.
Right.
It was really quite bizarre in that, you know, there was very little symptoms. She just stopped engaging with us on Christmas Day with the boys when normally you'd be, you know, with the presents and everything like that.
Yeah.
And to cut a long story short, a few days later, you know, Michelle sort of broke down, saying that she couldn't get the words out that she wanted to say. So again, I thought maybe that's a stroke, because they you know, they sort of say these things, you know, those kind of symptoms. So we went through all the, you know, the conversations there, and it ended up with Michelle having a scan at the end of that week leading up to the sort of New Year, and it showed the mass on the brain, which turned out to be the brain tumour. And unfortunately it was straight to stage 4. You know, so within a week or so she was having an operation to take out as much of that tumour as they could, but they'd already told us that it was going to be, you know, it was terminal, that, you know, they couldn't take out everything. So it kind of went from there. After having, you know, the chemotherapy and radiotherapy treatment, later in the year that kind of stopped working, and obviously things came to a point where, you know, Michelle really couldn't do anything for herself anymore. So we had lots of tough conversations, you know, with the boys, and also, you know, the rest of the family as to, you know, what would happen next. And as I say, you know, she went into the hospice November, early November. One of my boys, he decided to ask a question, which was quite a hard-hitting question. So Mummy's not going to make it till Christmas. So I said, probably not. So he actually came up with an idea, which was to bring Christmas forward and have it at the hospice, which was incredible. You know, he was 9 years old at the time, and to come out and say something like that was brilliant. So we made sure that happened. So we had our own Christmas on November the 15th last year. We invited people to come in Christmas jumpers, hats and everything like that, you know, friends of the family.
Yeah.
And just give her something to remember. And it was a week after that she passed, so we were glad it happened.
Yeah, absolutely. And something for your boys to remember as well. And I'm so sorry that you and they and the whole family had to go through something so horrendous, and the boys so young. Before she got ill, tell us about Michelle. Tell us about the woman you fell in love with.
Well, it was a very quick thing, actually. So I met her just at the turn of the millennium, 2000.
Right.
And 6 weeks after meeting her, I decided that she was the one for me. So I actually proposed to her.
6 weeks?
6 weeks after meeting her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quick worker.
Yeah. We didn't have the wedding until about 3.5 years later.
Okay, not that quick then.
But no, she was definitely, you know, the one for me. You know, great, absolutely fantastic girl, and, you know, made me smile, and she was just my world, you know. And obviously, you know, the boys have come along since. We had some unfortunates along the way, in that, you know, Michelle lost her mum and dad relatively young, and a granddad in a short space of time. We also lost 2 babies on the way.
Oh, God.
But, you know, we were blessed. We were just about to go for IVF treatment, and Michelle fell pregnant. So we kind of saw that as a bit of a miracle. So that was 2014 when Alfie was born. Harry followed a year later, They both had the same due dates, believe it or not. So the year later we got a TV. But yeah, so obviously, you know, throughout that time, we used to get each other extreme gifts, and one of those happened to be, I got her a wing walk for Christmas.
And she said she'd wanted to do that, or did you just think, hang on, this is different?
Indirectly.
Right.
So there was a programme on the TV called An Idiot Abroad, where Carl Pilkington was the presenter, miserable Carl Pilkington, and he used to do lots of different things, and he was doing a wing walk on the TV, and Michelle said, oh, that looks fun, doesn't it? So I just stored that in my head as if to say, right, so you want to do that? So at Christmas I got her a big box filled with beanbag filler and an envelope in it, and that envelope had a picture of a wing walker, and she goes, you haven't. I have. So the reaction was probably a bit more expletive than that.
I should imagine.
But to her credit, you know, the following year she did it, Round the Skies of Gloucestershire.
And what did she say? She'd love it?
Well, she was screaming a lot of the way round.
I don't blame her.
I think she was glad to have got it out of the way, let's just say, but for me it was the best £400 I ever spent on a Christmas present.
So you've decided to do the same thing, sort of to honour her memory and to honour that moment, but also to raise money for the Hospice of the Good Shepherd, which, as you said, is just an incredible place. You don't realise how incredible, I don't think, until, you know, you need to make use of their services.
Mm-hmm. That's right, and, you know, Michelle died when she was 43, and, you know, there was a bit of a story at the time in the Hospice because of all the Christmas, you know, decorations and everything, which their staff were absolutely fantastic at arranging. You know, they even brought a Santa in, for the boys. Wow. So we did exchanging of presents, but yes, they're an incredible group of people. I know they work very, very hard on the fundraising side, and they've got a great fundraising team there.
They have.
But they've got a great cafe as well, which does an amazing English breakfast, which I do still go back and have with...
Making a note of that.
Yeah, it's really good. So yes, we decided to do the wing walk, and speaking to the Hospice, they said that, their running costs, you know, they're astronomical. I mean, they're £15,000 for a day to run the Hospice.
Just a huge amount of money, and they have to raise it all themselves, don't they?
Yeah, because I think they get something like 17%, I think it was quoted as,
tiny
from the government,
yeah.
So the rest is pretty much fundraising and donations, you know, so we wanted to help. It's a large target, but we felt that it was a relevant target to aim for. So we've got about sort of 3 weeks to go before, you know, we do the actual wing walk, and, you know, we're doing it at the same place where Michelle did it, and a few famous people have done it as well.
Right. So obviously you're trying to get the word out to as many people as possible to try and maximise the amount of money that you raise. I'm assuming there's a Just Giving going round, is there? Yeah,
there's a couple of ways. So we have a Just Giving page. It's always hard putting, you know, setting the actual link. So the easiest way I can describe it is if you go to the Just Giving website, type in Wing Walk for Michelle. We're kind of the second one down. It's Jeff and Emily's Wing Walk for Michelle. We've also got a bit of a website set up to help as well, which is wingwalkfrommichelle.org. And then you can sort of, you know, donate from there. But yeah, we appreciate every single donation because we know how difficult times can be, especially at the moment. You know, but we've had some fantastic donations, but no matter how large or small, they all mount up.
All adds up, doesn't it? So when are you actually doing the wing walk?
So we're doing it on Saturday the 30th of August.
Right, not long to go then.
Not long to go, so just over, well, about 2.5 weeks away now.
Yeah, okay, well look, try and get us the link for your website and you Just Giving, and we'll put it all on our socials between now and then. Just before we finish, how high does the plane fly when you're walking on the wings or strapped to the wings?
Yeah, I'm hoping I'm strapped. I don't fancy the actual walk while I'm up there. I'm more worried about the birds hitting in my face, to be honest. But yeah, I think they fly around about 1,000 feet. So for a first timer, I don't think they do a loop-the-loop. I'm hoping they don't, because I'm planning on having a bit of a breakfast that morning.
Yeah, don't lose that all over Gloucestershire.
No, exactly. No. So I think they fly around about 150 miles an hour, which I think the easiest way to describe it is when you're driving down the motorway and you stick your head out the window, double that.
Yeah. Madness. And Emily's your niece.
Yes.
And you're doing it together. Will you be strapped all at the same time, or will she go first?
I don't know yet, to be honest.
Will you go first?
I'll probably end up sticking my neck out and go first and get it done with. But if we're on the same plane, I mean, that'd be hilarious, but I think there's only room for one.
Right.
But okay. Yeah, Emily, you know, is Michelle's niece. She's got 3 kids of her own, so she knows how difficult things can be. So I think this will probably be an escape for herself as well.
Yeah, well, that's quite a thing. A wing walk on the 30th of this month to raise money for the Hospice of the Good Shepherd, trying to get £15,000, which is what it cost them to run for one day in memory of your wife Michelle, so tragically taken just under a year ago.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in and telling us about it, Jeff. I wish you all the very best strapped up on that plane on the 30th of August, and I hope you get to your £15,000 target for the hospice. I really do. Thank you. Jeff Banks. Oh, did we decide Madhead or...
Let's go for Madhead.
Yeah, the other thing. Yeah, Madhead. I think so.